Good morning, dear students. Uh, Today's task will be based on a new chapter, that is clause, and this is one of the most important aspects of grammar. We To write flawless sentences, we need to know what is clause and how it is divided into types. We have read that a group of words which has a subject and a predicate of its own but forms part of a sentence is called a clause. Uh, as example, I do not know what he does. This is the house where he lives. In these two sentences, I do not know is one part, one clause. What he does is the other clause. In the second sentence, this is the house is one clause, where he lives is the other clause. So, two clauses are used in these sentences. And here each of them has a subject and a predicate of its own. Each of them forms part of the sentence in which it appears. So each part contains a subject and a predicate and is therefore a clause. Each of the clause in clause 1 makes good sense by itself and stands by itself as a complete sentence. It is therefore called the principal clause or main clause. So where in a sentence the clause stands stands by itself and complete the sense or complete the sentence sense of the sentence, it is called the principal clause or the subordinate clause. As you know, you do not need any support when it is a principal clause, but the subordinate clauses always need a main or principal clause to be completed. Now the clause in column number 2, what he does, do not stand by themselves. So each of them depends on the principal clause in the part 1. That is, if I take the example, I do not know, this is the main clause. What he does, it does not make up complete sense by its own, so it depends on the first part, I do not know. So the I do not know is principal clause and what he does is subordinate or dependent clause. And remember one thing, a principal clause in a sentence is a clause which stands by itself as a complete sentence, and a subordinate clause is a clause which depends on the principal clause in the sentence for its full meaning. Okay, now I will give you two more examples. She worked hard but failed, and you can put she in a bracket. She worked hard but she failed, she in a bracket. I am ill, so I cannot go to school today. So each of these sentences consist of two parts. The first one, she worked hard, and the joining word is but, and the second part is she failed. In the second sentence, I am ill is the first part, and here the connector is so, and the next part is I cannot go to school today. So each part contains a subject and a predicate and is therefore a clause. But there is a difference in the previous one between these two. Each part contains a subject and a predicate and therefore they are a clause, but there is a difference. Each clause stands by itself and does not depend on each other. Okay, each clause stands by itself and does not depend on the other. These clauses are called coordinate clause. So when they are main or principal clause because each of them is independent. She worked hard, she failed, and between that the joining word is but. I am ill, I cannot go to school today. In between these two parts, so is the connector. So here the two parts are standing alone and they can make sense by itself. So both these clauses are in both the sentences independent clause, and they do not depend on each other. So both the all the clauses are here main clause. Okay, hence and it is called coordinate clause. Since what is the definition you can get, a coordinate clause has equal status with a main clause, while a subordinate clause is dependent on a main or principal clause. So, you have understood, I hope, what is coordinate clause. Again, I am saying coordinate clauses are introduced by coordinating conjunctions such as and, but, so, or, otherwise, etc. In these two sentences, we have got coordinating conjunctions, that is but and so. So in coordinate clause, both the clauses will be independent clause and they will be coordinating with each other by some coordinating conjunctions or joining words, that is and, but, so, or, otherwise, etc. And subordinate clause are introduced by subordinate conjunctions. Okay, these are coordinate and these are subordinate. I am going to tell you subordinate conjunctions such as because, as, since, then, though, if, that, etc. Or relative pronouns and relative adverbs such as when, which, where, who, that, etc. So you need to know these things very minutely, which are coordinate clause, which are subordinate clause, means the connectors on the join or the joining words. So keep these words in your mind. What are the examples of subordinate conjunctions? Because, as, since, then, though, if, that, etc. Or relative pronouns can also be used. Relative pronouns are and relative adverbs such as when, which, where, who, that, etc. Okay. So this is the basic idea about the main clause and the subordinate clause and the coordinate clause, and how it is used. uh, on the basis of the explanation, you will get some exercise to do. Some more things I am explaining today, that is just a brief discussion about the structure of sentence. According to the grammatical structure, there are three types of sentences we know, right? According to structure, I'm saying, it's not according to its types. uh, According to meaning, it's according to structure. So according to structure in grammar, there are three types of sentences, that are simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. So what is simple sentence? A simple sentence contains one subject and one verb in the predicate part. It consisted of only one principal clause. It has no subordinate clause. Okay, such as, you see, the earth moves round the sun. Ashoka was a great king. Where can I find him? These are the examples of simple sentence. What is a definition of simple sentence? A simple sentence contains, remember, one subject and one verb, only one subject and one verb in the predicate part, and it consists of only one principal clause. It has no subordinate clause. Okay. What is compound sentence? A compound sentence has more than one main clause. In compound sentence, you will get more than one main clause. There are no subordinate clause. There are only main clause and main clauses, in fact, because there are more than one main clause used. Okay. These clauses are joined together by coordinating conjunctions, as we come to know about that. Connectors such as and, but, yet, still, so, therefore, or, otherwise, neither, nor, not, only, but, also. These are the coordinating conjunctions which are used to join a compound sentence, to make a compound sentence. And again I am saying, remember that in a compound sentence there are more than one main clause. You do not use subordinate clause in compound sentence, but you have to use main clause is there. Okay. um, um, and one more thing you should keep in your mind, that since these or principal clauses are joined by coordinating conjunctions and are of equal status, both the part of the sentence are of equal status. Okay. And they are called coordinating clauses. They are also called, therefore, coordinating clauses. Means in compound sentence, the clauses which we are using are uh, coordinating clause and they are having the same status. See, his sister failed, but he passed. He passed and his sister failed. Both are compounds, and this is a compound sentence, and both the clauses are main clause and they are connected with a coordinating clause, and both the clauses are in of equal status. Okay, now we will come to complex sentence. A complex sentence has one main or principal clause and one or more subordinate or dependent clauses. Means, as in compound sentence we get more than one main clause, but in complex sentence we get one main clause and the other clauses are subordinate clause. It may be one subordinate clause or more than one subordinate clauses. We rested when evening came. We know that the earth moves round the sun. Here we rested. The main clause when evening came. This is a subordinate clause, and this is an example of complex sentence. We know that the earth moves round the sun. We know is the main clause, that the earth moves round the sun is the subordinate clause. And note one thing, a complex sentence may have more than one subordinate clauses, as this sentence has, the examples I am giving uh, are having more than one subordinate clause. Okay, God helps, we all know that God helps those who help themselves. In this sentence, it has two subordinate clauses, that God helps those who help themselves. From that, we all know is the principal clause, that God helps those is a subordinate clause, who help themselves is the other subordinate clause. Okay, so this is the basic idea about clause and the types of sentences, that is simple sentence, compound and complex sentence. And we have got to know about the principal clause and the subordinate clause as well, and coordinate clause as well. Read this properly and try to do some exercise on the basis of your learning, uh, and we will come to a further discussion on clause and structure and function and uses of it. Till then, good day.